प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः।
ओम प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः. We are studying Srimad Bhagavad Gita with Shankar's commentary, and yesterday we studied up to Shloka 46, and I mentioned that 47 is a bone of contention amongst many. Now, two instances I will quote. One is a householder, and he broadly proclaims, in public meeting, Karmanneva adhikaraste ma paleshu padachan ma karma phala heturbu ma te sangostu karmani. And he says it is from Gita's Karma Yoga. First thing, it is not from Gita's Karma Yoga, it is from Gita's Sankhya Yoga, right thinking yoga. Secondly, he never pays any attention to that part, ma karma phala heturbu, etc. He only proclaims karmanneva adhikaraste, and he forgets te, that is the main point. He says the Lord has said in Bhagavad Gita that you should do karma. That's all. Now, the most important word in this shloka is te. We should never forget that. Second instance I am quoting of a sannyasi. There was a couple, husband and wife. Both took sannyas in Rishikesh from an old Swami and stayed in that ashrama. That lady was a proper sannyasini. That ex-husband says, I understand. Sannyasa means I should not have any physical relation with that wife now. But I believe in karma. And he practices Reiki and takes money for the Reiki treatment. And he says, I believe in karma. What you believe in? What is karma? Do you understand any philosophical implication of these things? That is why I said this is a bone of contention. Without understanding the context, without understanding the proper meaning, they only catch karmani eva adhikara. Now, in this background, first of all, let us see the context. Without context, you cannot find the meaning of any word of the scriptures. Torn out of context, it will give a very different meaning than the meaning aimed at by the speaker. So what is the context going on? The Lord has said, Sankhetu Buddhi, I have told you, and now I am going to tell you Yoge Buddhi. But the example given in the last shloka, Yava Anartha Udapane, was the Jnana, Sankhya, which of course, according to context, comes after you do Karma Yoga. So throughout the Gita, the system of sadhana is very clear. Jnana, change of consciousness. If you understand the anatomy of moksha, you will understand that the changed consciousness itself is moksha. You do not have to do anything. And Shankar has explained up till now that common man's approach to life, even in the Veda Karma Kanda, I shall do something to get something. That is the life of Karma Yogi. That is the life of a karmi. Whether he is yogi or not is a different question. Another thing, let me tell you here. In Maharashtra, very common. If a man does big work, sometimes they call him karma veer, and other times they say he's karma yogi. So, doing karma only, do you become karma yogi? Is that the aim of your life? So, according to Gita, the scheme is that you do karma without thinking of the result, without any consideration of the result, unselfish, without expecting anything, niswartha, nirapeksha, nirahankar, without doership, and Ishvara Arpana Buddha. That is what Shankar tells us everywhere, dedicated to God. Such karma becomes karma yoga. And so, when you do such karma, your mind gets purely purified. What is the meaning of that purification? That this tendency, not only of bhoga, no, the tendency that I shall do something to get something, about this you gain more and more vairagya. You understand that moksha being nitya cannot be obtained by doing something. What you get by doing something is finite. You can do only finite things and you will get something finite result, and that will go away. Moksha is our swarupa. So swarupa can never be obtained by doing something. Swarupa will be obtained only by removing the covering of wrong knowledge which you have. And that covering goes only when we are purified of this tendency to enjoy the fruits of action. That is why we are told, don't think of the fruits of action. And not only that, but don't become the doer of this. That is the main point in Karma Yoga. How don't become the doer? Several ways are proposed in the Gita. In the second chapter we are reading, we have just now seen that shloka, Nisre Gunya Bharjana, Nirdando Nitya Sattvasto, Niryoga Kshema Atmavan. And before that, we had met a shloka, Samo Kritva Lava Lavo Jaya Jayo. And that thing is going to come again in a specific definition of Karma Yoga in 48 shloka. Samatvam Yoga Uchyati. So, this being the case, the Karma Yoga proposed in the Gita is that go on doing your duty without thinking of the result, dedicated to God, etc., without doership. And while doing this, don't be swayed by likes and dislikes, pleasure and pain, happiness and misery, loss or gain. So, nothing changed. That is the way in the Gita. Now, the context here is that though the Lord has said, I will tell you about the buddhi to be applied by a karma yogi, and though he has stated it in that Nisra Gunya Bharjana, but lastly, in the 42nd shloka, 46 shloka, Yava Anartha Udapane, he has come back to knowledge. So this Yavanartha Udapane directly refers to the man of knowledge, whose consciousness is changed. He does not require to do something to get his thirst quenched. He does not require to do some little thing to gain their fruits. That is the lesson. He finds water flooding everywhere. That means the bliss absolute fills his life here, there, everywhere. Now, because of that, And one more point. Arjuna is already tempted towards giving up the field of action, which is his Swadharma, and wants to take up begging, which is the dharma of Brahmins or sannyasis. And that Bhagavan does not want. It is as good as going astray, taking up somebody else's religion. And so, because the last shloka, this is the context to be properly understood. Because the last shloka is talking of no absolute knowledge, though it is the result of karma, but talking of absolute knowledge, Arjuna will be tempted to that because he does not want that work because of his asakti. So he will be tempted to that. He would say, yes, yes, sir, he will feel, yes, yes, that is what I want. Sarvatodika sampluktam. I do not want to do these small, small things. So, as a reply to this wrong thought of Arjuna, he may not express it, but Bhagavan is a super guru. He sees in Arjuna's face such a situation. To bring him back to his position in life, karmani eva adhikarate. Arjuna, it is all right that knowledge will give you moksha, but for you, you are not fit for that knowledge. You are fit for doing karma. You are fit for, you are a kshatriya, you are fit for your swadharma, that is fight, follow your duty, that is do your karma. But if you do your karma, does not mean forget everything else and do karma only. For that he adds, mate ma phaleshu kadachana. So these two are different things. So Shankar wisely interprets correctly, meaning finds correctly that the first sentence, te, he emphasizes that te, karmani eva adhikara te, your fitness is only for karma, which means it is not for jnana. Isn't it obvious? When we see through the eyes of the context and the running theme in the Bhagavad Gita, we find, yes, that is what it means. So, karmani eva adhikara te. He does not say everybody has to do karma. He does not say karma will give you moksha. He says jnana will give you moksha. Sarvata samplutodake. But Arjuna, you are not fit for that. You can't go several steps or jump. You have to go step by step. And so your fitness is for karma. Your fitness is not for change of consciousness. You have not yet come to handle that consciousness. You are still bound in your body, and that is why you are afraid of your death and their death, and you will kill them and they are yours and all that. This is all in relation to body. So when your mind is still related to body, how can you say, I will aspire for begging and knowledge? Begging is for whom? Those who have no connection with body, they do not want to do something to sustain that body. But the body has to be sustained till you reach the goal. And so the only way left for them is to gather food by begging. Begging is not a mandate there. The main thing is that you cannot do something to earn your bread. And so what is left? Begging. Begging is not doing something, mind you. If the person pleases and gives you bread, then it is all right, otherwise not. I told you one chant of a beggar, jo de uska bhala, jo na de uska bhala, that should be the spirit. So remembering all these things, the correct meaning of karmani eva adhikaraste, but Arjuna, you are not fit for that knowledge which I told in Yavanartha Udapane. So you should do karma. Now, when you do karma, automatically the mind craves for the fruit. That is natural in man. And that requires change. What requires change is not your swadharma. What requires change is your attitude in that swadharma. And that attitude should not be, I will do this, then I will get my Rajya. That all. Bhagavan talked in a relative way. So, I will get my Rajya, I will enjoy. That is not the idea. That idea should not enter at all. The difference between karma bhoga and karma yoga. You do karma, but without the least idea of getting some results of that karma. So it is the second part. Ma phaleshu kadachana. You apply the remaining words there to complete the sentence. Te adhikara astu. Te adhikara phaleshu kadachana ma astu. Here adhikara, word will be same. Meaning will be your mind should not crave for this result. While doing karma for chitta shuddhi, to get the real jnana, for getting moksha, you should not allow the expectation, desire of the fruit of the karma which you are doing as your duty only. So, ma phaleshu kadachana. Ma karma phala heturbo, very clear. Suppose you desire for that fruit, then what happens? Then you get the fruit. And when you get the fruit, that sanskar makes you do another karma, then again you will seek fruit. So, you get your fruit only because you desire it. So you should not become the cause of this karma phala chain. Ma karma phala hetu. Ma bhu. Don't become hetu, the cause of the karma phala coming to you. If you do not desire, then whether the karma phala comes to you or goes away or does not come, you are getting purification. Clear? The meaning of Gita shlokas is deep. And when you go deep, we find the connection. So, in order to go to deep, we have to find the connection between each shloka and the context. So now it becomes clear. Your fitness is for karma only. But while doing karma, you should never think of the result. If you think of the result, you fall in the trap of karma and karma phala. And one more point. And that point is that if you don't have to think of the result, why should I do karma? Like that the tendency comes. Let that never come to you. Mate sango astu akarmani. Akarmani te means tava, sango mastu. If the laziness comes, if the avoidance of karma comes, if the tamogun overpowers you, you become attached to not doing anything. That does not mean you have gone beyond that state. And so, in your state, everything depends upon this state. In your state. Now, a jnani may do karma, may not do karma. It's a very different case. But for you to get attached to non-doing karma will drown you in samsara. Tamogun will overpower you and you will never get the chance of going in progress. That is the deep meaning of this full shloka. Karmani eva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturvo mate sango astu akarmani. Let us see what Acharya says. Karmani eva adhikaro na jnana nishtayam te tava tatra cha karma kurvato. So when you take up karma, tatra means because your adhikar is only in karma, so you will take up karma. Karma kurvato ma phaleshu adhikara astu. Your adhikar should not be towards karma phala, meaning karma phala trishna mahaput. Don't have the thirst, desire for getting the fruit. Kadachana, kasyanchit api avasthayam iti artha. Never in any state during karma yoga you should have eye for the fruit. Never. Yada karma phale trishnate syat, tada karma phala prapte hetu syat. Whenever you have desire for that, then you will become the cause of getting that fruit. Evam karma phala hetu. Like that, don't become the cause of karma phalas coming to you. Yada he karma phala trishna prayukta karmani pravartate tada karma phalasya eva janmano hetu. When a man with thirst or desire for karma phala goes ahead for karma, then he becomes the cause of the fruit of that karma. What is that fruit? Another birth. Janmano. Another birth. So don't go that side. Yadi karma param na ishyate, kim karmana dukkha rupena iti. So one wants to avoid because it is troublesome. So that is the thought of the tamoguni people or wrong philosophers like Sankhya. So if you don't desire, then why should I do karma? Because it is troublesome. Iti mate tava sangha astu. Toward this thought, let you not be attached. Akarmani, akarane priti mahut. So not doing should not be your liking. Okay? Now we understood 47 correctly. Now, 48 gives the definition of karma yoga in a few words. Though the spirit has already been told in 45, Trigunya Vishaya Veda. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddha siddho samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. The definition, crisp definition. What is yoga? What is karma yoga? Spirit? Samatvam. We shall see that, but that is the crisp definition. Now he says, Mate Sango, etc. So, how to do karma? If I should do karma without thinking of the fruit, etc., and I should not be attached to non-karma, then how should I do karma? Yogastha kuru karma. Yogastha, staying in yoga, that proper attitude, that spirit, which I have told you, I am again going to tell you, that spirit, yoga. So, karma should not be only done, but with the spirit of yoga, karma should be done. yogastha. Staying in that yoga attitude, one should do karma. But main point is that sangam takta, no attachment. No attachment to I and mine. No attachment to the fruit of that karma. No attachment to that karma also. You are doing that because it is your duty. Shall I tell you how the good sadhus take it? We were in Chennai, and my friend and boss, let me tell his name, Swami Pitambarananda. Now, there was a land belonging to us being under rent to government with a very little rent fixed 40, 50 years ago. Now our expenses for the poor boys were running an orphanage. Expenses are growing. So it was decided that we have to sell that land. Now, there was a land in a distant area in Chennai, not in our area. And it had two halves. One half was under our another center. Actually, that center was created from this center. At the time of creation, all the separation was clear. Every separation was clear. That is yours, and this was under tendency to the government, so it remains there. They were running a workshop there, hostel for the workshop people. So that in the war time, that was under the government. But somebody put an idea, I'm telling some details. Somebody put an idea in the head of that center that how it is that half is with yours and half is with them. It might be yours only. So he wrote to the headquarters. Headquarters wrote to us only one question. They knew that everything is proper. So one question. Can you prove that the land really belongs to you? That was one question. Now it was referred to me. Whatever it may be, we made a reply of 32 pages. All documents, complete, how that center was divided, why it was not given to them, etc., etc., etc. And we sent that to the headquarters. Then they started taunting, criticizing. Who had only asked the question and you have so much pain. That time, our boss, Vidvanji, said, so long as I am in charge of this center, I will fight for the rights of this center. Suppose you transfer me to that center, I would 10 times examine what I am fighting for. But when I am in charge of this center, so this is non-attachment to your work. Another context, after selling this and that, we got 1 crore of rupees. So people used to lovingly taunt him, 1 crorepati has come. Used to say, my crorepatitva depends upon 1 15 paise postcard. If they say, you are posted to another deficit center, I will go there. So, understood? Not attached to the karma also. Understood this point? This can be seen clearly only in sadhus. Anyway, but yoga satkuru karmani. Sangam tekta, because of this sangam tekta, I have to explain all this. Sangha is for me and mine, my relatives, my this, my that. So I will kill them and they will be killed on my account, and that is Arjuna's thought. Sangha is for the fruit of the karma also, which God has told don't give. And Sangha is for that work also. So that I give this example. Then one more point. Siddhi asiddhi samo bhutva. Now, this has two meanings. The direct literal meaning, as we see, is that whether we are told, Jaya Jo Lava Lava, whether the work we are undertaking will succeed or not succeed. Don't think of that. If it is your duty, go into it 100% without thinking of these duels. So, Siddhi means success of the work. Asiddhi means failure in that work. Both let it be same to you. With this spirit you do karma. Don't expect that you will always succeed in your karma. But you have to do. That is the spirit of a Kshatriya. You fight whether you will win or not win. But Shankara takes it to a very deeper level according to the running context again. What is the siddhi of proper karma? Chitta Shuddhi. What is the asiddhi of karma? Not getting Chitta Shuddhi. Deeper meaning, huh? So don't look into how much Chitta Shuddhi you are getting. What a deep meaning. Then how to do that karma? If you are not to think of the result, this is the result. Don't think of that result also. Then how to do karma? Prompted by love of God. That's all. Ishvara Prityartham. That is the only point guiding in your karma. What a great, lofty ideal Shankara has put up before us, depending upon the context of the Bhagavad Gita. And then definition comes. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Samatvam in general now. Samatvam, not only Siddha Siddho Samatvam. So this Samatvam has two different dimensions. One is which was given in that previous shloka of that Nirdvando, Nitya, Sattva, etc. Niryoga, Kshema. So, Samatvam is, no, we go back to 38. There I said the hint of Karma Yoga is given. And then Bhagavan says, I told you about Sankhya Buddhi and now I will tell you Karma Buddhi. Though it was in a different context. Sukha dukkhe same kritva labha labho jaya jayo tato yodhaya jasva naivam papam avapsasi. Not only not incur sin, that is the Karma Yoga. Sukha dukkhe same kritva. Whether it gives you pleasure or not, don't think of that. It is your duty, you are doing. Whether you will gain or lose, don't think of that. Whether you will win or not win, don't think of that. So, samatha here means two aspects. One is this, how your life will be affected, don't think of that. Secondly, the samatha which you are now, he is my friend, he is my enemy. I will behave like this with him. I will behave like that with him. This also should not enter Karma Yoga. This is the second type of samatha. Among the people, among the world, we should have the same attitude. That Gita will tell again and again afterwards. So, two types of samatha come before our mind because here samatha has been told in a general way. One is that what happens to your life, your mind is same. Here, in the end of the second chapter itself, that will come. And outside world, there, how to deal with him and how to deal with that. Your mind should be in the same position with respect to society or whatever the field of work is there. If these two types of samatha you keep, you are yogi. Samatvam yoga uchyate. So, nirdvando nitya sattvasto also tells us this. And further also it will tell this. So here the crisp definition of yoga, because in this very shloka says, stay in yoga and do karma. What is that yoga? Samatvam yoga uchyate. There was a great scholar. Actually, Shankaracharya has left these 4 pithas, but a lot of upapithas are there. So there is a Dr. Kurtakoti. Near Nashik, perhaps there is a pitha, and he was in charge of that pitha. He has written a book in Sanskrit. The lesson of the Gita is Samatva. Samatva Yoga is the lesson of the Gita. That is what he has written. I remember here. So, Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Okay? Yadi karma phala prayuktena na kartavyam karma katham tari kartavyam iti uchyate. If not prompted by the karma phala, you are doing karma, then prompted by what you shall do. Yoga sasan kuru karmani. What is yoga sasan? Here Acharya says Ishwarartham. Oh, he has taken everything in a deeper meaning. Yoga sam mainly means Ishwarartham. Kevalam Ishwarartham. I am doing a very great lesson. Why I am eating? Because this body is wanted. Why the body is wanted? God's work is being done through this body. Why I am doing my work? Not for mission, not for office, not for country, but every work is God's work. That is Ishwarartham karma. That is the great spirit of karma yoga. Tatrapi Ishwarama tushyatu iti sangam tattva. So don't be attached to let God be pleased with me. You are doing for the pleasure of God, but whether God will be pleased or not is His will. Aha. He has raised this karma yoga to the highest level. He has defined karma yoga to the highest level. Yoga means Ishwarartham. But while doing Ishwarartha karma, don't look to God is pleased or not, God is pleased or not. Are you pleased, God? Then that will spoil your work. One should never think, one should never endeavor separately to please God also. Oh God, you are great. No, no. I am doing my duty. Example is given. A man had a garden, and the garden was far off. So the garden would tend to the garden, and when some good fruit came, he would bring it to the master and say, this is your fruit. There was another gardener who, when the master went to the garden or he came to his house and said, oh, great you are beautiful, you are this or that. So Thakur or Swami Vivekananda asked us, with which gardener he will be pleased? He is trying to flatter the owner will not be pleased with that. But he is doing his duty, so owner will be pleased with that. So don't be attached to pleasing the owner. Then, Phalatrushna shunyena kriyamane karmani sattva shuddhija jnana prapti lakshana siddhi tad viparaya asiddhi. So when you are free from the desire of phala and you are doing karma, then you are getting mind purified and then jnana is coming to you. That is siddhi. That is the success in your karma. Tad vipareja asiddhi. But if this fails, you are not getting that. That is asiddhi. Tayo siddhi siddhyo abhi samakutulyo bhutva kuru. So don't put your head into the calculation of whether God is being pleased with me or not. Whether I'm getting that knowledge or not. Don't think of those things. Jan sadhantan siddhi. Pahari Baba told our Swamiji. As much your mind you put in fruit, that much mind you put in your karma. Don't think of other things. That is karma yoga. Kasu yoga yatrastha kuru iti uktam. So in the first shloka, first word, yogastha karma was told. What is that yoga? Idameva tat siddha siddho samatvam yoga uchyate. So siddhi and siddhi, let us add about everything, keep samatva buddhi and do your work. Now, that thing which I was telling, that the teaching is not big work. Some people say they are doing big work, is a karma yogi. No. God tells him in his own words. Dure nahi avaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddhi yukto buddhau sharanam anvichya krupana palahetava. Here buddhi is made into a person like. Buddha does not mean in Bhagavan Buddha. Buddha means in buddhi. Dure nahi avaram karma. Avaram means lower. Lower means not with the karma yoga spirit. If karma may be very big, but if it is not done with this karma yoga spirit, far below it is. Far below. Dure nahi avaram. Avaram means low. Karma, which is not done with this karma yoga attitude. This words you have to add certainly. Mahaprabhuji said, Bhavahin karma to janjal. Without the proper attitude, karma is a network catching us. Compared to what? It is low buddhi yoga. That yoga is called buddhi yoga. That means consciousness. Consciousness of sameness. Attitude of sameness. Vision of sameness. That is the main point in karma yoga. Keep your attitude proper. Compared to that attitude, compared to the consciousness in work, other works are low. Surrender to that buddhi. Surrender to that proper consciousness. That means don't have anything else. Phala hetava krupana. Those who desire fruits are miserly, are people with limited thinking, one-sided thinking. Arjuna has used this word, na? Karpanya dosha apata savava. So karpanya, kripanata in Gita means limited, one-sided thinking. Those who think of fruits, their thinking is one-sided, limited, not spiritual thinking. One after the other shloka is taking us deeper and deeper. Buddhi yukto jaha, commentary. Yat punah samatva buddhi yuktam ishvararadhanartham karma etasmat karmana. So, samatva buddhi yukta ishvararadhanartha karma. Compared to this karma, durena ati viprakarshena hi avaram nikrishtam karma. Avaram means nikrishta, down. Phalarthena kriyamanam, which is that karma, which is being done by a man desirous. So these words are necessarily supplied to fill up the meaning due to context. Phalarthina kriyamanam buddhi yogat samatva buddhi yogtat. So what buddhi has already been told, samatvam. So samatva buddhi compared to this karmana janma marana hetutvat, they will become cause of your birth and death, so they are lower. See the result and decide. Yata evam yoga vishayayam buddhau tat paripakajayam va sankhya buddhau. So which is the buddhi? Yoga buddhi. Or the resultant sankhya buddhi. So buddhi is common. It takes two different forms. I am not the doer. And there he is not the doer. I am not the experiencer. So I am not the doer leads to I am not the experiencer. And so this buddhi leading to that buddhi. Sharanam, Ashrayam, Avaya Prapti Karanam, Anvicha Prarthayasu. Take surrender to means crave for that, pray for that. Paramartha Jnana Sharano Bhavityartha. So the consciousness of ultimate reality, let that fill your mind even during karma, that is the meaning. Yata avaram karma kurvana krupana dina. Why so? Because lower work they are doing, they are krupana means dina, lower people. Phala hetava, phala trishna prayukta santa. Yova etad aksharam gargya viditva asmat lokat priti sa krupana iti. So in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, the word krupana is used. Those who go away from this world without realizing their real nature are krupana. So in that spirit, if your work is not leading you to that, you are krupana. Shlok 50, another shloka where wrong meaning is taken. Remember, in the Sanskrit, if you put a noun and adjective together, no verb is necessary. We'll say, Rama is a good boy. In Sanskrit, it will be Rama, good boy. Understood? Is not necessary. Now, there what happens, sometimes, whether this is noun or that is adjective, because they have to be in the same vachan, vibhakti, etc. So whether this is the noun and this qualifies it, or that is the noun and this qualifies that, can be misunderstood if proper context is not followed. So, buddhi ukto jahatiha uve sukrita dushkrute tasmad yoga ujasva yoga karmasu kaushalam. About this yoga karmasu kaushalam, lot of misunderstanding we see. Yoga has already been defined. So here, second definition of yoga will not come, which is in contrast with the definition. We are already told that the karma itself is lower. So expertise in karma is yoga. I have heard some great people talking like that. If somebody is typing with 100 words per minute, somebody is typing with 200 words per minute, he is a yogi. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Karmasu kaushalam. Yoga is karmasu kaushalam. The real expertise in karma is that you are following yoga. If you are expert in karma, you are a yogi. That meaning is wrong. If you are a yogi, you are really expert in karma. We shall understand that. Now, the result of karma yoga is being told, the connection. Iha, in this world, buddhi ukto, karmaja buddhi ukto, samatva buddhi ukto, Ishwarartha buddhi ukto, what he gets, sukruta dushkrute uve jahati. Whether he has done work rightly or not so rightly, he kills that. he goes beyond work being done nicely or not. Because the work has lifted him. So, tasmat, yoga is just. So, pay all your attention to that samatva yoga. Pay all your attention to keep your mind right during doing karma. And if you do that, then you are really expert in karma. Now, what is expert in karma? Karma by its nature is binding. By nature, because of doership. But if you are doing karma with this spirit, then you are releasing your bondages. So that karma which naturally binds you, that karma you are turning into cause of mukti. That is real expertise, mind you. That is the meaning. So if you go through the context deeply, you will get the proper meaning. So the meaning is not that if you are expert in karma, you are a yogi. No. If you are doing karma with a yoga spirit, then that is real expertise, because the karma which is naturally binding, you are using that for going towards moksha. That is the meaning. If you are filled with that buddhi, then you are going beyond good and bad of karma. So pay all your attention in having that yoga, and that will be real expertise in karma. Let us see what Acharya says. Samatva buddhi ukta san swadharmam anutishtan yat phalam prapnoti dachun. So if you are having samatva buddhi and you are doing your own dharma, then what the result you get? You are not caring for the fruit. Then what do you get? Buddhi ukta samatva vishaya buddhya yukta. So buddhi in the running context is samatva buddhi. Buddhi ukto jahati parityajati, give up here asmin loke, in this very world, ube sukruta dushkrute punya pape. So punya gives you heaven, papa gives you narak. You are going beyond sarga and narak. Sattva shuddhi jnana prapti dvarena. So how? Because you are purifying your mind. Because of that you are getting jnana. Yata, because tasmat samatva buddhi yoga yajasva gatasva. So gatasva, make attempt for that samatva buddhi, that which is yoga. Yoga, this yoga, he means because. Why you should attempt for that? Because this buddhi, karmasu kaushalam. What is that karmasu kaushal? Swadharmakeshu karmasu. Which is karma? Your own dharma. Vartamanasya ya siddha siddho samatva buddhi ishwararpita chetastaya tat kaushalam kushala bhava. In that work, if you keep samatva buddhi about siddhi asiddhi, and by your mind see in how many places Shankara has added this Ishwararpita buddhi, though it is not evident in the shlokas themselves. Understood? Shankar has never decried bhakti. And he has said in the 18th chapter that bhakti yoga makes karma into karma yoga. So that is what he is stressing again and again. Tat kaushalam, that is the expertise. Kushala bhava. What is that? Tad hi kaushalam, because that is expertise. Yat bandha svabhanepi karmani samatva buddhya svabhavat nivartanti. Though by the nature karma is bondage, but due to samatva buddhi, it is giving up its bondage nature. Tasmat samatva buddhi yukta bhavata. So become samatva buddhi yukta. Hey Arjuna, that is it. See, after this 46, every shloka has taken us deep into the meaning of karma yoga, the spirit of karma yoga. Conclusion, let me read. conclusion of all that, he कर्मसु कौशल all right. कर्मजम बुद्धि उक्ता ही फलम त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणा जन्म बंध विनिर्मुक्ता padam gachanti anamayam. Now here syntax is necessary. Karmajam buddhi ukta? No. Karmajam phalam tyaktva. Buddhi ukta hi. Buddhi ukta hi. Karmajam phalam tyaktva. Buddhi manishina. Manishina buddhi ukta hi. Karmajam phalam tyaktva. Anamayam padam gachanti janma bandha vinirmukta san. Those who are lords of their mind, karma is normally giving fruit, but they give that up because they are buddhi-ukta. So they will become free from the bondage of birth and death, and they will reach the anamayam padam, the goal which is free from any defect whatsoever, the goal of perfection. So that is the final result which is going to come. That is the prompting or the proper direction. Yasmat karmajam phalam tyaktva iti vyavahitena sambandha. Shankar shows here, make the syntax proper, karmajam connect with phalam tyaktva. Ishta nishta deha prapti karmajam phalam. So, liked or not liked, according to good and bad karma, that is the karma phala. Karmabhyo jatam karma, because it is born out of karma. Buddhi ukta samatva. Buddhi ukta is always samatva buddhi ukta. Yasmat phalam tyaktva parityaja. You are not getting that fruit. Manishino jnanino, lord of their minds means wise people. Jnanino bhutva, they become wise. Janma bandha vinirmukta. Janma eva bandho. Getting birth again and again is the bondage. Janma bandha. Tena vinirmukta. Means jivanta eva janma bandha vinirmukta santa. While living itself, you have become free from the bondage of birth and death. Jivan-mukta. Padam paramam Vishnu mokshakhyam. This let us understand a little. Vishnu paramam padam. Vishnu is all-pervading God, immanent God, Saguna Brahma. His real nature to be attained is the Nirguna Brahma, the transcendent Brahman. So that is called Vishnu Paramam Padam. That Padam, Mokshakyam, other name of that Padam is Moksha. Gachanti Anamayam Sarva Upadrava Rahitam Ityartha. Free from every type of evil or imperfection. One meaning. Athava, another meaning is coming from this shloka. Buddhi yoga dhananjaya iti arabhya. So, buddhi yoga, 49 shloka. Durene avaram karma buddhi yoga. Starting from there, iti arabhya paramartha darshana lakshana eva sarvata samprododaka sthaniya karma yoga ja sattva shuddhi janita buddhi darshita sakshat sukruta dushkruta pranadi hetutva shravana. Or this is the buddhi shown by Bhagavan. What is that buddhi? Karma yoga ja sattva shuddhi janita buddhi. When you will do karma yoga, you will get purification of the mind, and there this consciousness will be born in you, which is leading you to moksha. So this meaning also is coming through this shloka. And that buddhi sarvatodaka sampradodaka sthaniya, getting filled with bliss everywhere, that has been directly pointed out because that is what will kill Sukruta Dushkruta. Doing karma itself may not kill Sukruta Dushkruta, but the result of that karma, which is jnana, will kill you Sukruta. So Papa Punya Phal you will not get only when you get knowledge. That is what Shankara wants to tell here, which is the result of karma yoga. So proper place of karma yoga has been given by Bhagavan and by Shankara. Without karma yoga, you are not getting that jnana. Without that jnana, you are not getting that moksha. So karma yoga in the preface itself we have showed is the indirect or whatever cause of that moksha. Understood? So today we have gone through very deeper meaning of all the shlokas and we are up to 51. Om Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Amritaduhe Namaha. Om Shanti 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 Hare Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Amritaduhe Namaha.